Hi, I'm Miss Hearn. Let's get started. Compound inequality is any inequality that has more than one inequality symbol. Sometimes there are two separate inequalities joined by the word and or the word or. Keep in mind that and, just like intersection, means overlap. It means that in order for a number x to be a solution to this, it has to satisfy both of the inequalities independently. So we're going to solve each of them separately, and then we're going to look for what they have in common. So how would I solve 11 is greater than 3x? This is a linear inequality. There's no power on the x. We solve it very similarly to a linear equation. We just isolate the x. So we get 11/3 is greater than x. Usually it's easier to think about if we switch it around. So that's equivalent to saying x is what compared to 11/3? Less than. Good. And now we're going to solve the other inequality. I'm going to start by adding 4 to both sides. And we're going to say 2x greater than or equal to what? -5. Good. Then we divide both sides by 2. By the way, there's a special rule. The one difference between solving inequalities and solving linear equations is when we divide or multiply by what? Something weird happens. A negative. That's right. But notice I wasn't dividing or multiplying by a negative. I was only dividing by a positive, so nothing weird happens. What would have happened? The inequality symbol would have flipped. That's right. All right, so now what we're talking about is the set of numbers where x is less than 11/3 and x is greater than or equal to -5/2. So the way we're going to figure out when a number x has both of those characteristics is we're going to draw a picture. We're going to draw a picture of x less than 11/3, and we're going to draw a picture of x greater than or equal to -5/2, and we'll just see where they overlap. Now don't let the fractions intimidate you. It doesn't really matter where I put 11/3 on this number line here. We know that x is less than it, not equal to it, so we're going to have a parenthesis and then going off to the left. Now, relative to 11/3, where would -5/2 be located since it's negative? To the left. So we're going to just plop that guy down there somewhere to the left of 11/3, so we have correct numerical order. And am I going to put a parenthesis or a bracket? Bracket, good, and pointing to the right because x is bigger than -5/2. We want to now copy down the overlap between the two onto a third graph. Jot it down on your paper, see if you get it right. Okay, we're going to use the technique of writing down our boundary values and checking each piece. What do they have in common? Not the first piece. The second piece they do have in common from -5/2 to 11/3. The third piece they do not because it's missing from the first set. Now we look at the end points. The boundary points. Is -5/2 something they both have in common? Yes, it's in both sets. Is 11/3 in both sets? No, it's not in the first set, so we have to have a parenthesis. Okay, now we have the graph of our solution set. We're done, except they want the answer in interval notation, so I'm going to copy down the bracket and the parenthesis, copy down the boundary values, and put a comma in between, and we're done. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please remember to like it.